into the action for another day of the week. Welcome to the Tuesday edition of Chasing That Paper, presented by VegasInsider.com. So, coming off of a 3-2 performance there yesterday, 4 straight profitable shows for your boy here. A little bit of a profit there yesterday. We'll take in about half of a unit. We'll give Ian a shout out as well. He went 3-1, 3-0 with his puck picks though. So, gonna look to bring that winning energy right back in to today. And my God, we are absolutely cooking to start the Major League Baseball season. 21-8 for plus 10.64 units. Just cooking here to start the season. Now, do I expect to continue betting baseball at this pace? I think it might be a little unrealistic to do it. It's a real marathon, though, the 162-game season. So if we can keep stacking up small days of profits, hey, I will absolutely take that. We will look to do that today. 3 picks for Major League Baseball. And the NBA postseason kicks off here, so we have picks for each of the playing games. Before we get into that action, guys, do me a favor. You know what I'm going to ask? If you've been cashing in here on Major League Baseball, boom, hit that subscribe button. Boom, hit that like button. It lets us know that you like the show. If you have any picks that you like for tonight, drop them in the live chat right now. Or if you're watching the replay later, hit up the comment section. Let us know what you like. All right, that is enough small talk. We get right into the action starting now. We get started down in beautiful Miami, where the Atlanta Hawks are in town. First game of the play-in. And we're going to go with the player prop in this one. We are going to fade Trae Young. His point total sitting there at 24.5 points. We're taking the under on this one at even money. So Miami completely shut him down in the playoffs last season. And I think they can keep him from going off in this one. The Heat held him to 15.4 points per game in last year's playoffs, a series that went 5 games. He was heavily involved too, but he was just flat out awful. Shot the ball 31.9% from the field and 18.4% from 3. And those struggles carried over to the regular season versus Miami. The Heat held him to under this number in 3 of the 4 matchups where the shooting remained awful. Just 20.8% from three-point land. And the Heat are doing a fantastic job of guarding opposing guards, allowing the 4th fewest points to guards and the 6th fewest threes per game over the last 10. So we'll take them to keep Trae Young in check under 24.5 points. All right, next up we go out to the West Coast for this one. The Lakers playing host to the Minnesota Timberwolves. My God, the T-Wolves, they really got their backs up against the walls coming into this one. Spread all the way up to 8.5 points. But guess what? We're going to take a shot on that dog. Hoof, hoof, hoof. Give me the Timberwolves plus 8.5 in this one. This is a team with nothing to lose that plays up to the competition. We've been playing this spot for the entirety of the second half of the season. They're a great bet as a big dog. 14-4 against the spread as a dog of 5 or more points in the last 18 games in this spot. Now you dig into the stats over the last 10 games. Meaningful games for each of these teams. The T-Wolves are right there with them in many key stats. EFG percentage, opponent EFG percentage. They've been lights out from three-point land, and they're limiting stupid mistakes that lead to second chance points and points off turnovers. And we're going to be fading the narratives in this one. I'll steal that expression from Ian, who uses that from time to time. Now, we all know Gobert is a jackass. We all know Jaden McDaniels lost a punching contest versus the wall. But guess what? Odds makers know that too. And it's being accounted for in the spread. Here's the thing. The T-Wolves might be better without Gobert. They were during the regular season. It went 8-4 straight up without Gobert in the lineup. So I think they can show up and not get blown out. I think they can give the Lakers a little bit of a game here. So give me the Wolves as a big dog. All right, next up, we are over to the Diamond, a trio of picks. We're going to get things started off in Pittsburgh. Mitch Keller on the bump for the Bucks here. A little juicy on this one, but I still think it is very much worth it. Over 4.5 strikeouts for Keller, coming in with odds of minus 156. So he's off to a strong start, at least as far as strikeouts are concerned. Totals of 7 and 8 K's to start the season. Both of those starts came on the road. He makes his home debut here tonight. He was great at home to close out last season. He posted a 1.93 ERA over his last 6 home starts with 5 or more strikeouts in 5 of those 6 games. Maybe a bit of a surprise here. The Astros are striking out at the 7th highest percentage versus right-handed pitching. As a result of that, I like Keller to go over 4.5 strikeouts. All right, next up, we're off to beautiful Philadelphia, where we have a super sexy starting pitching matchup with the Marlins in town. First 5 total set at 4 runs. Love the under in this one. Let's get right into it. So expect a return to form for Aaron Nola, who starts for Philadelphia. It's been a rough start to the season for Nola, but we know, come on, take a look at the bigger sample size. This guy is a Cy Young caliber pitcher. This is his first start at home this season, and he's facing a Marlins team that he has absolutely eviscerated. He posted a 1.23 ERA against them in 3 starts last season. Check this out. In 101 combined at-bats against Nola, Miami hitters have a 441 OPS and just 3 extra base hits in 101 combined at-bats. The Marlins counter with Jesus Luzardo, and the breakout season could finally be here for the 25-year-old. What a start to the season. Just 1 earned run allowed with 15 strikeouts and 2 starts. For what it's worth, he was better on the road last season, where he had a 2.64 ERA. And to further support this bet, the Marlins offense absolutely stinks. 27th in runs scored so far this season. One of the worst offenses in all of Major League Baseball. Give me under 4 in the first 5 innings. Marlins versus Phillies. All right, yeah, we're going to wrap things up out on the West Coast. We hit on the Dodgers' first 5 last night. Another first 5 bet for this game. This time we're going to go with over 4.5 runs in the first 5 innings. Dodgers versus Giants. So Alex Wood gets the call here for the Giants. And the Dodgers absolutely obliterated this guy last season. He posted a 6.75 ERA in 3 starts against them. Betts and Freeman have smashed him in their careers, and LA has posted good numbers versus lefties so far this season. The Dodgers offense flying high early in games here this season. In innings 1 through 5, they're first in OPS and runs scored. Expect them to do the bulk of the work to get this one home. But even against Dustin May, I think San Francisco can get a few across because they are smashing right-handed pitching. So far this season, they rank 3rd in OPS, 2nd in WRC plus versus righties. Over 4.5. First 5 innings, Dodgers versus Giants. All right, there you have it. My 5 best bets of the night. Nothing for the NHL. But if you're looking to tail any of that action, or play some action of your own, or fade my action, the choice quite simply is yours. I recommend placing that action over at BetMGM, the king of sportsbooks. Let me tell you a little bit about them. Sign up with BetMGM using the promo code VIBonus and get a first bet offer up to $1,000 paid back in bonus bets if you don't win. That's VIBonus, all one word, no spaces, for a first bet offer of $1,000 paid back in bonus bets if you don't win. Just use that code VIBonus. Visit BetMGM.com for terms and conditions. You must be 21 years or older to wager. Offer is for new customers only. BetMGM, the king of sportsbooks. Yeah, so off to a good start here with the Major League Baseball season as far as the betting is concerned. I'm not going to get too high on that, though, because baseball's a sport you can really get humbled, you know. I've seen it time and time again. All the numbers line up perfectly for a bet. You're getting a great number, and it blows up in your face. But I've been using a new approach. If you guys watch the show every day, no full game bets for me. Just pitcher props and stuff related to the first 5 innings. I do that for a couple of reasons. The bullpen for a lot of these teams, it's a mystery. Like, you can take a look and see the stats. Hey, this team's got a good bullpen ERA and whip and FIP, whatever stats you look at. But ultimately, you don't know who's coming out of that bullpen, right? You could do some research if you want to look into all 15 games and see what relievers pitched the day before. It takes up a ton of time. So yeah, a bit of a mystery there with the bullpens, and from a handicapping perspective, it just makes things a little bit easier when you don't have to look at the bullpens for 30 different teams, especially when I'm also handicapping the NBA, a little bit of NHL, or mixing in the UFC. So that's going pretty good. So we're going to keep on going with that approach, and hope we can keep up our winning ways. It's going good so far. So yeah, the NBA play-in gets going here this week, but of course the first round kicks off on Saturday, and some heavy chalk here with the favorites, with the exception of one of the series, kind of. But we put up a poll on the Vegas Insider Twitter feed asking you guys which NBA first round underdog is the best bet to pull off an upset and win the series. Now you have the Nets as the biggest underdog. They're going up against the Philadelphia 76ers. I think that they can cover a couple spreads, maybe win 2 games. But winning that series outright, I think too much to ask for. The Knicks a little bit beat up. We'll see if Julius Randle can get back in the lineup. Even if he does, he probably won't be at 100%. Home court, I think, will be big for the Cavs in that one. They've been much better on their home court this season. Now, the team with the most votes, probably the team getting the most disrespect from a betting perspective, from a futures betting perspective, I guess, when you're looking at the NBA playoffs, the Sacramento Kings, coming off of a great season, offensively at least, and from a win-loss perspective as well, of course. But plus 225, I think I'd be a little bit surprised if they did beat the Warriors. You know, the Warriors are one of these teams. Uh, they kind of take the regular season off. You do have to worry about them on the road a little bit just because of how bad they were on the road. You got to wonder if they can get Andrew Wiggins going, but you know, they're going to put their foot on the gas. So maybe that one goes 7. But I took the Warriors to win the West at the start of the season. I'm going to stick with that. And the Clippers plus 400. Do I think that there's value in that? You know, the old expression, there's no value in picking a loser. We have the Phoenix Suns up to minus 600. Hopefully Kevin Durant can hold up from a health perspective. But it's kind of interesting with the Clippers because that championship window that they have might be closing. It might be closed if they lose this. You know, they bent over backwards when they brought Kawhi Leonard in. They traded for Paul George. They gave up all those first-round draft picks. And Shea Gilgeous-Alexander, Paul George isn't going to be there playing for them. So who knows if it's going to work out here for the Clippers long term. We do recall, I think it was in the bubble when they blew the 3-1 lead versus the Denver Nuggets. So, yeah, it doesn't look like it's going to work out for Kawhi Leonard. And the Clippers, yeah, but we do hope that Kevin Durant can hold up here. How great would a series Suns, a healthy Suns team versus a healthy Lakers team, how great would that be? A healthy Suns team versus a healthy Warriors team. How cool would that be? What is that? I don't have the stat off the top of my head, but LeBron and Kevin Durant haven't played against each other in like 3 or 4 seasons, something strange like that. It would be awesome if we could get those 2 teams in a playoff series. So yeah, we'll see what the Western Conference has to offer. I don't have a whole lot of faith in the number 1 overall seed, Denver Nuggets. Wasn't too impressed with them over the final month of the season. So we'll see if they can step up their game a little bit here. There's going to be a lot of pressure on Nikola Jokic. We build these guys up to tear them down. We've been seeing it in the media with Luka here since Friday, since the Mavericks quit on their season. And Jokic, if that team gets eliminated in the first round, and hey, they could. The West is pretty difficult this season. He's going to get absolutely butchered. If they don't make it out of the second round, he's probably going to get killed. But hey, that's how it works. Something else of interest out of the sports betting world, Bryce Young, as of this morning, he is now a minus 250 favorite to go as the top pick in the NFL draft. He was minus 120 yesterday. These odds moves usually do happen for a reason. It's kind of interesting what we've seen, the odd shift in that. Of course, Young was the favorite to go first overall forever. And then the Panthers make that trade to move up. And then Stride became a big favorite. He's in the minus 300 range, but maybe a change of opinion, a change of their mind there for Carolina potentially. And yeah, maybe someone leaks some news. They like Bryce Young a little bit better potentially. And from producer Tito here, LeBron and Kevin Durant have not played against each other in a game since 2017. That's crazy. Got to get these guys on the court together. Okay, guys, it is now time for today's Handicapper Heat Check presented by VegasInsider.com, your home for the best expert picks in the business since 1997. Today's featured expert is AAA Sports, who is on fire, going 16-4 across all sports in the last 6 days. Tim Michaels hit 3 straight NBA winners, is on a 9-0 NHL run. Will Rogers, 3-0 in his last 3 NHL picks, 11-2 Major League Baseball records this season. Visit VegasInsider.com/picks for tonight's best bets. That's your Handicapper Heat Check. Stay hot, betters. Yeah. All right, that does it for today's show. In and out fairly quickly when I'm flying solo here today. We covered a million different topics on yesterday's show. Ian will be right back with me here tomorrow. His second ever Wednesday show. A lot of excitement about Ian joining the show here on a Wednesday. I believe we went 7-0. I think we went 7-0 last Wednesday, so we'll look to for another repeat performance of that. But yeah, that does it. Make sure you're following me on Twitter. Make sure you're following Vegas Insider on Twitter. We thank producer Tito for producing. We thank you, dear viewer, for checking us out. Best of luck with your bets tonight, unless, of course, you are fading me. And as always, keep chasing that paper. Yeah!